Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel and never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon, find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Minnesota Twins vs Chicago Cubs. The Twins put on an offensive showcase in their most recent win against the White Sox. In the 1-3-7 victory, Willie Castro had 3 hits and 3 RBI, while Royce Lewis had a homer and 3 RBI. Matt Wallner had 3 walks and an RBI, while 4 other Twins had an RBI as well. Simeon Woods Richardson gave up 3 runs on 6 hits in 4 innings as the starter, but the Twins were ahead 8-0 by the second inning, so it didn't really matter. Pablo Lopez will get the start for Minnesota on Saturday. He currently has a 107 record in 22 starts with a 4.65 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. While his WHIP is lower than his career average, his ERA is nearly a point higher. Lopez has 142 strikeouts through 124 innings pitched along with 28 walks. July has been his best month yet, posting an ERA under 4.00 during that stretch. In his last start against the Mets, he gave up only 3 hits and 2 runs in 6 innings, striking out 7 and walking 3. He has had some quality starts and subpar starts so far this year, but the Twins are hoping for consistency as we get further into the season. Chicago earned a victory over the division rival in the Cardinals, winning by a score of 6-2. Mike Tauchman and Miguel Amaya each had a solo homer, while 3 other players had an RBI on the day. Justin Steele was his normal excellent self, throwing 6 solid innings and giving up only 3 hits and 2 runs. He also struck out 6 while walking 2 in the effort. Christopher was the team leader in home runs for the Cubs before he was traded, so the new king is now Ian Happ with 17. However, Seiya Suzuki and Michael Busch are not far behind him with 16 and 15 respectively. Cody Bellinger has the best batting average at .274, and Happ has a team-high 62 RBI. Pete Crow Armstrong just edges out Happ for the most steals on the season with 21, and Suzuki is just barely ahead of 3 other players with a .347 OBP. He is clearly ahead in ops though with an .841. While nothing truly stands out for Chicago on the offensive side, their record re-emphasizes that. Among the pitchers, Shota Imanaga has been the best on the team with a 3.09 ERA, 8 wins, and 118 strikeouts. Hector Neris has rebounded from his stint in Philadelphia with 15 saves on the year, while Porter Hodge now leads the team with 6 holds after Leiter's departure. The Twins have more to play for in this one, and they have the better bullpen overall. I believe this game will be another offensive outing, and the bullpen will ultimately decide this one. Minnesota has also defeated Chicago in their last 4 of 5 meetings, and they have proven they can win on the road with a nearly identical record compared to their home record. Chicago is marginally better at home this year, but they also traded one of their main bats in the lineup this past week. I like Minnesota with the momentum here. Take Minnesota Twins money line. Minnesota stood pat at the trading deadline, making only one minor move. Trevor Richards was acquired from the Blue Jays for Jay Harry. While the Twins probably needed another piece or 2 to put them in serious contention, they probably thought the asking price was too high for some key players at the deadline. Carlos Correa has the best batting average on the squad at .308, but he has only played 75 games this year. Ryan Jeffers currently has the most homers with 16, but several others are hoping to catch up to him. Jeffers also has the most RBI on the team with 52, while Correa takes the cake in OBP at .377 and ops at 896. Willie Castro is the only player to have double-digit steals for the Twins, and he has 10. On the pitching side, Bailey Ober has the most wins with 11, while Joe Ryan is leading the starters with a 3.59 ERA and 145 strikeouts. Joan Duran has a team-high 15 saves, and Griffin Jax has 17 holds to his name this year. Chicago did a little mixing and matching with their trade deadline, acquiring new pieces while selling off some others. Toronto traded Nate Pearson to the Cubs for Josh Rivera and Yohendrick Pinango in the first of 3 moves for Chicago. Later on in the week, Chicago traded Christopher Morel, Hunter Biggie, and Ty Johnson for Isaac Perez. Mark Leiter Jr. was then traded to the Yankees for Benjamin Cowles and Jack Neely. We don't know the starter for the Cubs at this point, but I'd snatch the over if you have a chance to grab it. Both teams average well over 8 runs per game, and the Cubs don't have a true one ace that you expect to limit their opponent to less than 3 runs in their start every time. Both teams are outside the top 10 in bullpen era this year as well, and in their last 5 meetings, these two teams have totaled 8 or more runs every time. Minnesota has hit the over in the majority of their games this year, and they are 7-2-1 in their last 10 on the over. Chicago, for their part, has hit the over in 4 of their last 5. My total pick over 6.5 runs,